Welcome back to All About ABA. I'm a BCBA.
And I'm a BCABA. Today we're going to talk about errorless teaching and error correction.
But before we start our video, please comment down below what you think errorless teaching is or error correction. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Turn on your bell notifications so that you can stay up to date when we post.
And subscribe if you haven't already.
Errorless teaching. So basically, errorless teaching is just using most to least prompting and then requiring an independent response for your learner. This helps us to minimize errors, and it helps the learner learn quickly because they're able to contact reinforcement for correct responses at a frequent rate. Essentially, when we use errorless teaching, we're able to transfer stimulus control from our prompt to our SD. Some tips for errorless teaching are: when you're using this with a client, it's important to note that you will use errorless teaching only when it's a new goal. So when a new goal is being taught to a client, you want to use errorless teaching because it eliminates the potential errors that they can make. Therefore, it'll help them learn the correct response faster. That being said, when you are using errorless teaching and you're fading your prompts, if your learner begins to resist or is still attempting to error, this is a good indication that you should stop fading and go back to your previous prompt. Once you see that they're easily following your prompt, you can continue. So we're going to show you some examples of how to use errorless teaching across different verbal operants. What is it? Spoon.
Spoon.
What is it?
Spoon.
What is it?
Spoon.
Yay! Touch cup. That's the cup. Touch cup. That's the cup. Touch cup. Touch cup. Good. Touch cup. Yay!
See me do my day.
Okay.
Match fork. That's matching fork. 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 Match fork. Good. Match fork. Yay! You eat with a fork.
Fork.
You eat with a fork.
Fork.
You eat with a
Fork.
You eat with a
Fork.
Do this. Good, that's doing it. Do this. Good. Do this. Good. Do this. Good, yay! Clap your hands. That's clapping your hands. Clap your hands. That's clapping your hands. Clap your hands. That's clapping hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Yay!
Error correction, on the other hand, is a little different. So you use error correction immediately following an incorrect response. Error correction increases the probability that a correct answer will occur in the future. So unlike errorless teaching, we do not reinforce the response after error correction. We're using differential reinforcement to teach the learner that they will access reinforcement once they get the answer correct the first time, and that they will not access the same reinforcement if they get the answer incorrect. So immediately after an incorrect response, you're going to reset the target, and then you're going to provide a full prompt, then a partial prompt, and then you're going to run distractor trials, and then you're going to run a transfer trial, which is essentially a probe of the original SD. If they learner gets the answer correct that time, then you'll just move on to another activity, or you'll finish what you're doing. But if they get it incorrect even after going through error correction, you're going to start error correction again, and you're just going to keep doing that until they're able to engage with the correct response. So for error correction, you only want to use this procedure after your learner has mastered the target, or once errorless teaching has been utilized for an appropriate amount of time. Now, this is going to vary depending on what skill you're teaching. For more difficult tasks, you might use errorless teaching longer before moving on to error correction, but for tasks like tacting or things that are a lot more simple, you might use error correction sooner. Another important thing to note when you're using error correction is that your distractor trials need to be mastered or high probability targets. You don't want to use skills that are not mastered yet, or that are really difficult, or that take a long time. The point of a transfer trial is to transfer the stimulus control from your prompts to the SD. So you need distractors in there to essentially break up the time from them being prompted to engaging in the response. So now we're going to show you some clips of a few different types of examples of error correction across different verbal operands. What is it?
Fork.
What is it? Spoon.
Spoon.
What is it? Spoon.
Spoon.
Do this. Do this. What is it?
Spoon.
Touch cup. Touch cup. That's touching cup. Touch cup. That's touching cup. Do this. Do this. Touch cup. Matchfork. Matchfork. This is matching fork. Matchfork. That's matching fork. Clap hands. Do this. Matchfork. You eat with a
Chair.
You eat with a fork.
Fork.
You eat with a You eat with a fork.
Fork.
You eat with a You eat with a fork.
Fork.
You eat with a
Fork.
You eat with a
Fork.
Do this. Do this. You eat with a
Fork.
Do this. Do this. That's doing it. Do this. That's doing it. Do this. Do this. Do this. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. That's clapping hands. Clap your hands. That's clapping hands. Do this. Do this. Clap your hands.
Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what other teaching strategies you would like to see on our channel.
And don't forget to check us out on Instagram at all.about.aba, where we have different trivia questions, term Tuesdays, and a lot of memes.
Yes, and as always, stay on your best
or worst behavior.